Are you serious?
Hello, welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour with myself, Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Sean.
Yes, man. It's the show where Sean and I scour the internet and bring stuff for you and share it with you. We find things like jokes. We find things like interesting stories on the internet. Today, we've got something that's literally extremely annoying coming up as well, I believe.
We're not talking about Marcus.
But we've had some nice interaction. Shout out to those that have been getting in contact with us. We've had some interesting emails from people asking how they can get more involved in the show and see stuff. But we've had some really nice shouts. We'll just lean into IG on this one. Shout out to Jeff on IG, Sean. Now, Jeff, we weren't sure in the last episode whether his name was a correct name or whether he was playing us. Like, I, on national radio, have shouted out Dan Gleeballs before. And we've all seen what Bart Simpson has done to Mo at Mo's Tavern, right? Jeff Amanonce.
Oh, yeah.
On IG.
Yeah.
Said, hey, boys, thanks for reading out my joke. That's on our bonus show, Punderful, which you can catch after our regular show every week, where we literally just tell jokes from you guys. If you want to do those, send them to jokes@howtokillanhour.com or DM us on the gram. By the way, Jeff Amanonce is legit my last name. So it means that we may not be saying his name correctly.
I hope not, because that would be a tough one.
Amanonce?
Hopefully
I'm an ounce sounds like you're a real weed smoker. I'm an ounce, man. Jeff Amanonce.
Meet my son, Amagram.
Yeah.
But if it's...
His son's called
Jeff,
Bick.
Jeff, if you're listening, can you let us know how we pronunciate your name correctly?
Yes. How do we say it right? Because otherwise we are literally going to be calling you a nonce, bro. Because and I don't want to do that, bro.
Right.
Get me? We all know Drake's had a hard summer because everyone's been calling him certified pedophile in the clubs, bro. Yeah. And we don't need another guy getting that kind of pressure.
We don't.
And we do want to say your name correctly as well, because I hate, if there's one thing I hate, I genuinely hate saying names wrong. Like I feel like bad, because that's like your name, that's your identity.
Oh, can I put this out there? I saw something yesterday which was that there were certain Premier League footballers who, after a while, their name just kept getting mispronounced, and then they were just like, "Yeah, I suppose it's that now." Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
really?
There's been a few.
It's bad, man. I hosted an e-scooter championships, right? And there was a guy, and they were calling him it had an NJ in it, and they're calling him like Njigana and all that kind of stuff, and he just kind of let it slide, and we were like, nah, man, we'll pronounce your name correctly. So yeah, man, I feel bad. I feel like I want to say a name right. I can say this name right. David Lang has sent us a really nice email saying, thank you guys for always brightening my day. 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, was given a 40% chance of survival, and after 6 months of chemotherapy, 28 sessions of radiation and 4 surgical procedures, I'm 100% cancer free. Big up yourself for that, bro. Congratulations. Through everything, I mean, it's a big, massive achievement. And through everything that I went through, it was the humour and laughter that kept me going. Posts like yours are what helped me to beat the odds. You guys are definitely a gift from God. Big up.
Bless up, Mr. Lang.
Just don't tell God about the jokes we crack about him. But I'm sure, like us, he would get them. And also, I didn't say his name without his permission. I asked him if it's cool because it's quite a personal story. And he said, yeah, it's cool to share the name. That's why I did that. So if you do send us a message.
Also, thank you for letting us share that, because... that is definitely brightens up my day. You want to hear?
That's what we're here for, bro. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. So now, after all the sweet stuff, let's get into the debauchery. It's time for our jokes
of the week.
Debauchery.
Yeah,
it's a good word.
We did indeed. I met a one-legged lady at a bar. We had a few drinks, started chatting, and you know what? You know when you get to know them out of curiosity, I thought it was the right time to just say, look, how'd you lose a leg? She said, well, it's due to me being a great negotiator. Do tell, I said. She went on to say, you see, I had a business trip down to Brazil, and I was able to get a private pilot to fly me for a quarter of the cost of a commercial airline. Unfortunately, the plane malfunctioned and we crash landed in the Amazon. So I was like, aha, you cheaped out and lost your leg on the crash, yeah? She was like, no. We were both perfectly fine. However, we landed in a territorial tribe's land and they were going to kill us. But with my amazing negotiation skills, we got out alive. So I was like, all right, you only convinced them to take a leg, right? And she was like, no. They let us go in exchange for a bag of chips that I had on me. They even escorted us out the jungle and pointed us in the direction of the nearest city. Unfortunately, during the trek to civilization, I got a severe infection in my foot. I said, so that's how you lost your leg to infection? Goodness no, she said. I had some antibiotics on me, so I was able to keep well enough until we reached the city. I wasn't able to make a full recovery though, and I had to return to the US immediately for medical attention. They were able to help me, and I'm now healthier than ever. So I went, that doesn't explain why your leg's gone. Why is your leg gone? Well, she said, the medical bill was going to cost me an arm and a leg, But like I said, I'm a great negotiator. A long walk for a short dip. I'm sorry. It tickled me, man. It tickled me.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen this one before. It's good. I like it. I like it. It's a good setup.
I'll take it.
A woman is having a gynecological. No, it doesn't sound right.
Gynecological.
A woman is having a gyno exam. Leave it at that. A woman is having a gyno exam. After a while, the doctor looks up and says, "You have the biggest vagina I've ever seen. You have the biggest vagina I've ever seen." Offended, the woman replies, "Well, you don't have to say it twice." The doc replies, I didn't.
Sean, I was so ready to tell you this joke, right? But we didn't have our board where we had the echo, because I was going to use the echo in it. It's so, and I'm so glad you went, I didn't. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. That's fantastic. Right, okay. A man walks into a bar and says, 4 drinks, please. The bartender goes, rough day? The man replies, yeah, I just found out my brother is gay. The bartender says to him, hey, man, it's 2024. There's no need to judge or be upset. Everyone has their own path. The next day, the man walks into the bar again and says, I'll have 6 drinks, please. The bartender goes, another rough day? The man replies, yeah, I just found out my oldest son is gay. The bartender says, hey, man, same as what I said yesterday. That's his choice. Congratulations. On the 3rd day, the man walks into the bar and says, I'll have 8 drinks, please. The bartender says, oh my God, another rough day? The guy says, yeah, man, I just found out that my youngest son is gay. The bartender says, hey, it's totally up to him who he's attracted to. Same applies as what I've said before. The 4th day comes around and the man walks into the bar and says, I'll have 15 drinks, please. The bartender says, wow, doesn't anyone in your family like women? The man replies, yeah, my wife does.
Oh, I didn't want to see that one.
You didn't see that coming. I like it. I like it because he's the butt of the joke. I like it. It's nice.
I was standing at a bar in an international airport when a small Chinese guy comes in, stands next to me and starts drinking a beer. I asked him, do you know martial arts? Like kung fu, karate, jiu-jitsu? He says, no. Why the hell would you ask me that? Is it because I'm Chinese? I replied, no, it's because of drinking my beer, you little fucker.
Do you know what, Sean? I can't lie. That was one that I had, and I was like, I hope Sean tells me this joke.
Yeah, see?
Optics. The optics will work better in it, yeah. I'm not trying to get murked out here, bruv. No, but I love that joke. Right, okay, cool. Blonde joke.
Okay.
A lawyer is sitting next to a blonde on a long flight whilst pestering her to play a game. Look. I'll ask you a question, and if you don't know the answer, you pay me, and vice versa. The blonde politely declined and tried to get some sleep. The lawyer made another offer. Okay, if you don't know the answer, you pay me $5. But if I don't know the answer, I'll pay you $1,000. The blonde agreed. The lawyer asked the first question. What's the distance from the Earth to the moon? The blonde silently reached into her purse, pulled out a $5 bill and handed it to the lawyer. Then she asked the lawyer, what goes up a hill with 3 legs and comes down with 4? Then turned over and went to sleep. The lawyer did his research on his iPhone, called his buddies, etc. to no avail. After an hour, he gave up, woke the blonde up and handed $1,000 and asked her, well, so what's the answer? Without a word, the blonde reached into her purse, handed the lawyer $5 and went back to sleep.
Oh! I got to put it out there. I had this one, and you know why, yeah? Because the blonde wins, and I was like, we need some balance. Ah, oh, good man.
Good flight. Shout out to those in the comments saying, I'm trying to make calls on a plane. Listen, yeah, what I didn't say is they were flying business. There you go.
See? There you go. A lizard is walking through the jungle. As he's walking, catches a whiff of marijuana burning. He looks up and sees a monkey smoking a fat blunt in a tree. Hey, are you blazing it up there without me? Said the lizard. Come up and hit it with me, man, said the monkey. The lizard and the monkey smoke weed for several hours, and eventually the lizard's mouth gets dry. He excuses himself, climbs down the tree, heads for the river to get a drink. As the lizard is drinking, a crocodile pops out of the water. The croc says, whoa, man, you look stoned to the bone. Why can't I get some of that good stuff? My monkey friend and I a tree over there can hook you up, said the lizard. The crocodile heads over to the tree and says, hey, down here. The monkey looks down and says, Whoa, holy shit, dude. How much water did you drink? Just a stoner classic. Do you know what? Yeah, most of that I just really enjoy the
Stone to the bone.
that as well, but just the general chat. Come on, get baked up here with me.
Baked up. I've never heard stone to the bone before.
That's a
I
good
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
Yo, what was it like? Yo, I was stoned to the bone. A guy walked into a bar and says, "Quick, give me a beer before the trouble starts." A few minutes later, he says, "Quick," to the bartender, "Give me another beer before the trouble starts." A few more hours of this. You know what's coming, innit? I had to do it. It's another take on a classic.
I can say as well, the original, we both absolutely loved it. So
Yeah, man.
I'm up for this.
I had to go for it. So, a guy walked into a bar and says, "Quick," to the bartender, "Give me a beer before the trouble starts." A few minutes later, he says, "Give me another beer before the trouble starts." A few more, and the bartender says, "Mate, are you going to pay for those?" The man says, "Well, looks like the trouble started."
Oh, okay.
Simple version of it.
I thought it was going to be a wife one. Initially.
His wife walks in. He goes, "Where have you been?" "Oh shit, the trouble started." Yeah.
This is a quick one. I feel like we potentially have done this before. But
Yeah,
it just tickles.
same with another one. I got a remix of one that I think you'll like.
Two nuns were riding their bicycles through the back streets and alleys of Rome. One turned to the other and said, "I've never come this way before." The other replied, "It's the cobblestones." I don't know an old woman voice.
It's the cobblestones. A guy walks into the bar and orders shot after shot. After the 8th one, the bartender asks, "Are you celebrating something?" The guy replies, "Yeah, my first blowjob." The bartender says, "All right, the next shot is on the house." To which the guy retorts, "No thanks. If the 8 shots didn't get the taste out of my mouth, I don't think the night will."
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, this is a really bad dad joke. You about it?
I'm ready for it.
You ready?
I got my finger on the button. Oh no,
No,
it's
it's-
button. No, not that one.
The week.
Where's the wait, let's get some birds singing. What's going on?
There we go. Are the birds
I'm not
still
gonna
chirping?
lie, that was like the soundboard version of my nan trying to say her grandsons and daughters' names.
You. You know, quick digression. Oi, the word is originally used by grandparents for their grandkids. Oi, you, because you didn't know who it was, innit? Oi, you, come here. Legit, yeah, that's where it came from. I swear to God. Yeah, man. Oi, honestly, origin of the word oi. Google it, guys. Get back to me.
Wait,
prove me wrong.
that should have been under our that should have been fact of the week.
Oh wow, you know what, Sean? We're so fact rich here. Yeah, the internet is so deep and wide.
Falling out your pockets, and you don't even
man.
wait for the right bit of the show, bro.
We are fact rich out here, bro. You mad? All right, let me make sure I press the right buttons. All right, cool.
Can anyone remember? Hey, I'll take it.
Here you go.
Can anyone remember the chiropractor joke that was posted?
No.
It was about a week back. Yeah, I got a laugh. Yes.
I like it. All right. A colonel is standing by a vending machine. A private walks past the colonel and the colonel says, "Say, soldier, do you have 4 quarters for $1? "Sure thing, dude. Give me a moment," says the private. "Dude," yells the colonel, "do you not see the gold leaf on my shoulder? Stand to attention when you talk to me and address me according to my rank." "Sir, yes, sir," replies the private, coming promptly to attention. "That's better, soldier. Now, as I was saying, do you happen to have 4 quarters for $1? "Sir, I do not, sir," yells the private.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I saw this one. This one, bro. This is one of the ones that I picked. Is I thought it was great. You know what was
That's
the
what we
jokest thing?
did.
You know what was the jokest thing? I looked at the comments for it.
Yeah.
And everyone was getting all like, "Oh, a silver star doesn't mean that you're a private. It should be a silver star, or it should be." And then they were like, "Well, you can change it to a blah, and that means you're a lieutenant." And it had like, I had about 50 comments from people being like, I got too distracted by the incorrect information about what rank they should be. And I was like,
So they're gonna come for me in the comments, innit?
listen there. I could have told you prior to, but I thought
And my poor and inconsistent use of the American accent.
Yeah.
Just halfway through became
Dude.
British. Hey, dude. Stone to the bone.
Oh, this is definitely this is a repeat. Could even be a three-peat. It's very, very slightly different to how. Ready?
Bring it, come.
I told my husband he was awful at directions. He got so mad that he packed his bags and right. Fucking love that joke.
It's a classic. It's a classic, bro. I like it.
Get it.
All right, I've got another army one. God, I'm gonna get it. 2 Marines boarded a quick shuttle flight out of Dallas, headed to Houston. One sat in the window seat and the other sat in the middle seat. Just before takeoff, an army soldier got on and took the aisle seat next to the 2 Marines. A soldier kicked off his shoes, wiggled his toes and was settling in when the Marine at the window seat says, "I think I'll get up and get a Coke." "No problem," said the soldier. "I'll get it for you." Whilst he was gone, the Marine picked up the soldier's left shoe and spat in it. When the soldier returned with the Coke, the Marine in the middle seat said, "That looks good. I think I'll have one too." Again, the soldier turned around and obligingly went to fetch it. And when he was gone, the other Marine picked up his right shoe and also spat in it. The soldier returned and they all sat back and enjoyed the rest of their flight to Houston. As the plane was landing, the soldier slipped his feet into his shoes and knew immediately what had happened. "How long has this got to go on?" said the soldier. "This fighting between our services, this hatred, this animosity, this spitting in each other's shoes and pissing in each other's cokes."
Oh, that's brilliant. Ooh, got the last laugh.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, yeah, this is a true story. About Frank Sinatra and a chap called Don Rickles.
Okay.
And I'll tell it. I think it's great. So, all right, Frank Sinatra. A guy walked into the restaurant at a restaurant in LA and realized that the guy at the sink washing his hands was Frank Sinatra. He greeted Frank and told him he was a huge fan. Frank smiled and thanked him. Then he told Frank he was with a date and wanted to impress her. Telling Frank his name was Bob, he asked Frank if he could come out and greet him by his name at the table. "Ah, no problem," said Frank. And he went back to his table. About 10 minutes later, Frank walked up to the table and said, "Hey, Bob, long time no see." Without looking up, Bob said, "Fuck off, Frankie. Can't you say I'm busy?" What a fucking legend.
Oh my days.
Frank Sinatra told that. He told that story.
What
and
a guy.
Ledge.
Love
Big up,
that, love that.
big up Don.
Big up Frank Sinatra. And big up Robert as well. Big old Bob for doing that as well.
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
Hey, that is.
Yeah. Wow. Would you do that now? I mean, part of you, that you only get one chance in your life to do that. You get me? Do you know Dawn French? I think she said it's true. British comedian Dawn French, in case you guys don't know about her, like, because she's a legend over here, admittedly. Yeah. She did something with Brad Pitt where she slipped him a note saying, "Could you come over and give me a kiss?" or something like that at a table, and he did it for a laugh. Like, he went over and gave her like a massive kiss in the lips in front of her friend. Brad Pitt, you know, like prime Brad Pitt as well. And apparently she did that, and her friends was like, well, she's like, well, you know, me and him had a little thing or whatever. She tells that story. I listened to her pod.
Actually, I saw something yesterday which was similar. It was a guy called Danny Simpson who used to play for United.
Yeah.
And he was sitting and I think he said he was going out with it was like Miss Florida or Cincinnati, and he was and you literally went, right, it was tanking, like,
really.
And then I looked over and Ronaldo was there, and Ronaldo came over and he was like, "Yo, Danny, what's going on?" He was like, "Yo, man, what are you saying?" He was like, "Oh, good." He was like, "Bruv, after that, putty." I was like, he should have been like, "Ronaldo, can you not say I'm fucking busy, man?"
Yeah. All right, that's nice. And when he or just be nice, and when he walks away every time.
This guy is such a leech, bro.
Have you heard of him? Yeah, come on, fucking hell. Yeah, it's another reason we call him C9. You know what I mean, bro? C7. All right. Irish Viagra is what this one's called. An Irish woman visited her physician to take his advice on reviving her husband's libido. "What about trying Viagra?" said the doctor. "Not a chance," she replied. "He won't even take aspirin." "Not a problem," said the doctor. "Give him an Irish Viagra." "What on earth is an Irish Viagra?" she said. "It's Viagra dissolved in his cup of morning coffee. He won't even taste it." "Let me know how it goes," said the doc. So she called the doctor the very next afternoon. "How did it go?" he asked. "Oh, doctor, it was terrible. Just horrid. I'm beside myself." "Doctor, oh no, what happened?" "Well, I did the deed, doctor," she said, "just as you advised. I put the Viagra in his morning coffee and he drank it. And it took effect almost immediately. He jumped straight out of his chair with a smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye, and his pants are bulging. Then, with one fierce swoop of his arm, he sent cups and saucers and everything else on the table flying across the room, ripped my clothes to tatters, and passionately took me there and then, right on top of the table. It was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. So why was it so terrible, said the doctor. Wasn't the sex good? No, the wife said. It was the best sex I've had in the last 25 years. But sure as I'm sitting here, doctor, I'll never be able to show my face in that Starbucks again.
It's a classic. Irish Viagra.
Irish Viagra. Oh, man.
Okay. A man and his wife are out to dinner. As he's about to start, do you know what? I'm going to flip this.
Yeah, flip it.
I'm going to flip it. A man and his wife are out to dinner. As she's about to start eating, her husband stops her and says, Mary, you have to pray first. Why? Well, we always pray at home before we eat. Yeah. But the guy here actually knows how to cook. Well, that was savage.
That's horrible. I've got a couple more. I think we've done well more than our usual amounts, but I feel like we're flowing so well. Should we do a couple more? Right?
Come.
What is a man mansplaining to another man called?
Explaining?
A podcast. Right.
I got a long one here. A man and a lady met on a cruise ship because they both got assigned the same cabin. When they went to the reception to inform them about it, they had to travel up 4 stairs, and the lady behind the counter told them that sadly they were fully booked and there was no solution. Disappointed, the man and the lady went 4 stairs down again and decided not to let it bother them. It was a simple cabin and there were bunk beds anyway. That night they were trying to sleep, but the lady kept complaining about the cold. She told the man, "Can't believe how cold it is. Isn't there any way to warm up in here?" The man laughed and replied, "Well, I could of course go to the reception and ask for an extra blanket, but that would mean I would have to get out, get dressed, go up those 4 flights of stairs, or we could, act like we're married for the night." The lady didn't mind the suggestion and said, "Well, if you say it like that, I guess we could act like we're married." The man replies, "Oh, that's great. Go and get the fucking blanket yourself then." Turn around and went to sleep.
I feel like that's something you do.
Oh, come on, man. What are you talking about? Gentleman here.
Okay. Yeah, last one from me. "Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me," she yelled. "I'm so wet. Give it to me now." She kept screaming at me. But I'm keeping the umbrella. Oh.
Do we do one more?
Oh, yeah, man, if you want to.
All right, Irish themed. Pedreg Flaherty came home drunk every evening towards 10. Now his missus was never too happy about it either. So one night she hides in the cemetery and figures to scare the bejesus out of him. As poor Pat wanders by, up from behind a tombstone she jumps in, a red devil costume, screaming, "Pedreg Sean Flaherty! Sure on ya, don't give up your drinking, and it's the hell I'll take ye." Pat, undaunted, staggered back and demanded, "Who the hell are you?" To the missus replied, "I'm the devil, you damned old fool." To which Flaherty remarked, "Damned glad to meet you, sir. I'm married to your sister."
I love those little twists. Shout out to that, man. And I think, look, we've done loads more than usual, but those are our jokes
of the week.
So there we go, man. But Sean, I believe it's funny that we've had an Irish joke from you. I've spoken about names. I believe the next part of the show, Sean, fingers on the button, ready to go.
So, memento. Ready?
Ready.
10 Irish names you've probably pronounced incorrectly.
Oh, God.
Of the week.
Sorry.
Of the week.
Bit on Irish theme here. I probably should say that because my the terrible Irish accent that I put on a moment ago, I didn't quite fully commit, so I apologise to any Irish people.
You're just doing it to appease other people because you don't want to give us your proper Irish accent because then you're just showing off. If I'm honest, Sean. If I'm honest, you're showing off to give us your proper Irish accent. You get me?
How well do you think you will do? Do you know any Gaelic names? Do you know any Irish names?
I know a Sean that's not spelled. The British people usually spell Sean Sean, but I know other Seans as well, like with other spellings, with like a lot more H and A and W in it. I think.
Well, SHAWN, SHAUN are the English spellings.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know that. Is it really? I didn't know that. Well, then maybe I don't know. Well, guess 0 then is your answer. Sean. 0 is. I know like a Seamus. Seamus. I know a Aoife.
Oh, you know an Aoife?
Aoife, yeah.
Ooh,
I made sure when I first... Is it? All right, well, I'll pretend I haven't said that. If you're listening, guys, let's also pretend. I think you should get into it at risk of me maybe knowing more.
What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to show you the name and I'm going to spell it for the audience. Okay. And then you're going to give it your best shot. So, this is one. This is one. That's why it was even better. So this is one. I'm not gonna lie. I had a physio with this name, and I attempted to try and say her name when I first met her, and I got it completely wrong.
Okay, cool. First name Sean showing to me.
Right. It's spelt CAOIMHE. I want to make sure that I.
Oh, bro. Shemer? Cohen? Kaina?
Oh, you're gonna have to.
All right, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Kayani.
That's not a bad.
Is it right?
No, it's not. Bro, if you got this, I would be like, nah. Okay, all right. Because I feel like it's impossible. So I went for Chawimhe. Chawimhe. I literally said it as it was. Yeah. So so it's Kiva. Right. So I knew the person as the physio I was talking about. Her name was Kiva. But if you go further, I think it's if you go further south, it starts to be Quiva. So it goes from Kiva up north to Quiva. Okay. I wouldn't have got either of them, to be honest.
And how much further south till it becomes a Quifa?
South. Okay, none for one. I think you might know this one, but Stilios. Let me go for it. Ready? This one is spelt NIAMH.
Oh, bollocks, because I've seen this one before.
You would have seen it on... There was someone on radio who had this name.
Nima?
Close.
Neve?
Neve.
Yes! Neve. Come on, I get one. Bing!
There was a radio presenter.
Neve.
On, it might have been something like Capital or something that had...
Neve.
We won't do that
no, there was Neve. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there was Neve. Sorry, yeah, quite literally Neve. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, this is my cousin's name. Big up my cuz. Mm-hmm. This one is spelt SIOBHAN. You might know this one.
Siobhan. I know that. I know some Siobhans. Come on, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
You know some Sayobahans.
Yeah, Sayobahans sounds like a wicked name for Dragon Ball Z, but it's not how you say it.
It's still, it's got a good ring.
It's like got a Shivon to it, innit? There's a bit of a in it, right? Shivon.
Shivon, I don't know. Shivon.
Shivs. Shout out to Shivs.
No, another Shivon that's spelled SIVON. Okay. Not Irish. This one.
Great. Sounds great you saying that.
This one is spelled TADGH.
Haktua. Spit on that thing.
Do you know about the Haktua?
Yeah, no. Do I? Disgusting. Tion? That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Tion. I'm going to try it.
Tion is not right. It does sound like a character from Game of Thrones. It's not right. It's actually tiger.
Tiger?
Without the R at the end, so it's like Tig.
I like that. Can I say that again, please?
Yeah.
I actually really like that name.
Tig.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. Yeah. I'm like, that's a cool name.
It looks like Do you know what it actually looks like? Tadig, which randomly is like an Iranian thing where they cook the bottom of their rice and make it crispy. That's how it looks like.
Tadig?
It's tadig, yeah.
Is that like what you would do with biryani almost? Or something like that?
Yeah. Nigerians like sometimes they like burn a little bit at the bottom of the pan to make the jollof rice. I had a bit of party energy to it. You know what I mean? Not
It's
burning it, it's like crisping it.
It's like crispy bacon, or if you just
you know how there's a
bit
very
of
fine
texture.
there's a very fine line between over crisping the bacon and making it burnt, and there's the same thing with like jollof rice and with tadig. It's not burning it, it's crisping it. So it's like the perfect bit of toast, very hard to achieve, because you get a nice crispy toast, but 30 more seconds burnt.
Done.
30 seconds earlier, it's just bread that's a bit crispy on the outside.
It's still stodge because it hasn't got the full crispness.
Exactly
I'm 100% on board with this.
Cool.
I did that one in the thing. Okay, so I think this is the one. AOIFE.
Aoife, come on. I know an Aoife. I just had to learn the hard way. Saw the name, Googled it. There we go. I was like, saw the name in the email.
First time I've seen that.
I saw the name in the email, pasted it, learned how to say it, and then was like, hi, Aoife. I wonder how many times people don't get your name right the first time. Wicked. Shout out to Aoife, man.
This guy.
You got plenty of effort, man. I told you I don't like saying names wrong. You got plenty of effort.
Respect.
Yeah,
100%. Let's go with... Okay, so the next one is spelt... It's got two spellings. SADHBH or SAIBH. So SADHBH / SIBH. They're both...
Shabi?
They both spell. They're both almost... You're like, how can they be the same word?
Sabir?
What are you going for? Sabir. It's
So good.
It's not a bad. It's not. I don't think that was a bad guess.
No.
It is pronounced Siva.
Siva. Okay, I like it.
So Siva and Kiva are although no, they're just spelled completely different. I was going to try and find some commonalities there, but none. Okay, next one. This is spelled MAEDBH.
Mava? Because of what you're saying with the past ones?
Oh, he's cracked
Have I
it.
cracked the
He's
code?
cracked the code, bro.
Hey, come on.
Good
It's Mava. It's Mava. Sorry.
That is...
Yeah, God. Sorry.
Wait, I reckon you should
Listen,
write that
I'm
down.
getting
'Cause in 5 years' time, you're still going to remember that. Right, I'm just...
Shout out to Aoife and Mava out there.
Okay, the next one is spelt SAOIRSE.
Just so you know how it looks in English, it looks like Cerise. Charisse? Is it Charisse?
It's not, but that would have been sick though.
If it's Timothy, I'm pissed. I'm so vexed.
I'm gonna let you see it again, just in case it like triggers.
Sharif, maybe?
Sharif.
Sharif?
Okay,
Charisse?
it's not. It's pronounced. There's actually two ways of pronouncing this.
Yeah.
The first way is Sersha,
No chance of getting that.
and the second one is Sersha.
Sersha.
Okay, that sounds a little bit Caribbean.
I mean, to be fair, there's some
Sersha,
things that
yeah.
Irish people say
Man,
and some people that Jamaicans say that's very
like
close.
Egypt.
Egypt.
And
Yeah,
then he'd be
Egypt.
like, get off here, you Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
Egypt.
Egypt.
And I'd be like, you know, you sound like...
And also the way that they diss each other, like an Irish person or a Jamaican person would say like, what kind of fool are you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like both of them in an Irish accent, Jamaican accent fits right. You get me? You know those answers those questions where you got no answer that's going to kill, like when a parent says it to you, you just have to hang your head and go, because what kind of fool are you? I'm not. See, one that denies it.
Fool. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go for this one as the last one, and it's a short one. It's spelt CIAN.
I think I might know this one.
Is it?
Kian.
It is.
Come on!
What? 2 for 10, bro.
2 for 10.
Hey, 2 out of 6, bro.
Oh man, are we at 2 out of 10? Is that the last one?
I think so. I lost count of how many I did, to be honest. So I'm going to say that that's 10. If it's not, then that's it. Do you know what? You did better than I expected.
Thank you very much, bro. Kian, man. Thank you very much to the man like Kian. It's not Cian. Sean, I might have said, because of the season at eyes and stuff like that. I might have gone for Sean. But Killian Murphy probably got that for me. Because Killian...
Is it? I think it's Cillian.
Is it Cillian? Fuck,
no. Do you know what it is? You know why? Yeah, I think Cillian is also. Is it on here? Oh yeah, it is. No, you're right. It's
Killian. Yeah.
You know what's mad? Yeah, is that's Killian, and the English equivalent is Killian, but it's spelled the same as my cousin's name, Killan, who we don't call Killian. We call him Killan. Yeah.
Our names are funny things, but you know what it is. Yeah. I think that's why I think that's why I like to say him right, bruv. Because it's a personal thing, innit? Like, even though like your name's Sean, I would say it's an easy one to get. Marcus isn't too bad to get, but I still get emails when it's written Markus. I'm like, I can hear it if you
backwards
say it like
that. But people mispronounce my name all the time.
Really? What did I say?
Yeah, I get Cian, I get Scene.
Cian sounds like a buff thing though, I can't lie, man. I'd be disappointed. If Cian was gonna walk through the door and you came in, I'd be like, oh, fuck. Sorry. Cian sounds like, hey, have you heard about Cian, yeah? Hey, Cian's single.
What, fruit eating, what?
Oh, Cian's stacked, you know, Riv. That was fantastic. That was our hard to pronounce Irish names
10 difficult to pronounce Irish names.
Of the week.
There you go.
We got 10 more next week.
There we go. Time for our next bit of the show, which is Kill a Bit. How we talk about how we killed some time.
You need to tell me about. I'm just gonna put it out there. I was supposed to be joining Mr. Marcus Grundy on a trip to Le France.
Now, Sean, out of all the presenters of House Kill an Hour of all time, is probably the one that likes cars the most. So I was really happy when we were invited by a Toyota to go and have a look at what they're cooking, is the easiest way of putting it, what they're up to. Unfortunately, you couldn't come.
Okay.
I could. We'll get to the car bit in a second, but I just want to say, got a Eurostar to Paris.
You tease. All right.
Over 100 mil in my bag. I didn't even have to take my liquids out. Probably could have.
I was thinking, how much peas are you making, bro?
Big bag.
Why have you got that?
Big bag.
Rich in it. Don't worry about
it. It's in euros, a bit more. Really nice getting on, like, you know. Even
Wait,
and I've taken.
It's not your first time in Eurostar, is it?
No, but I don't not like flying. I don't like the rigmarole. You've flown with me before when doing like a lad's trip, and I don't know if you've noticed, I'm like several glasses of wine, sleep as quick as possible. Even though it's not the best sleep after 3 glasses of wine, I want to fast forward that part of travel. Yeah, it's a sleep of sorts. And to be fair, weekend of you lot, not really going to be doing much sleeping anyway. Busting jokes.
And drinking as well.
Yeah. So I'm probably just priming my body. But yeah, man, so I hate the rigmarole around it. The actual up in the air bit and down, cool. The delays, the random checks.
It's the fact that you have to like you travel to the airport, then you have to wait.
Yeah,
and then like when you factor in everything, you're like, oh, I could have just driven and done things on my own time frame.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, the 3 hours getting into the plane and then the hour out getting out adds a lot of time. So quick one to Paris, was nice. And it takes 2.5 hours from King's Cross, so quicker than it takes to get to Manny, I think.
Nice.
Or like, you know, just north of Manny. So got there, saw the Paralympic team on the way in.
Oh,
like,
right.
yeah, they all had their like gear on and stuff like that, and they're going out for the Paralympics. So I was like, yo, like, what's going on? Congratulations. I didn't want to feel like, I don't feel like with athletes you should just film them randomly. I don't like it, but I was just like, yo guys, just want to say best of luck. And they're like, yeah, wicked.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's very difficult to be profitable as an athlete.
Yeah,
maybe you're like they'll be like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm just putting out there. It's really apart from sponsorship deals.
Yeah,
it's very. It's not.
I fucked up then.
No, but you were trying to do the right thing, man. Your heart was in the right place.
It was.
So, I went to see the Paralympics in 2012. It was incredible,
bro.
Honestly, incredible.
I've got to say, right, France, the way that they spruced themselves up for the Paralympics was lovely, bro. They clean.
Are we talking about people? Or are we talking about?
They were still French. Nah, doesn't know. Just like France is known, like Paris is lovely, but it is known that there's a bit of dog mess and stuff. It's like not. It's just how it is, isn't it? It's an active city, and I'm not dissing France because London has some stinky joints. Yeah, Soho. I don't care what anyone says. Lovely restaurants, smells like piss 24/7. Yeah, me. Yeah, it's horrible. But they really cleaned it up, and it was lovely. And I got to see the Eiffel Tower from many angles, and I cannot say this enough. I understand now why it's one of the most photographed things in the world, because it does look beautiful, and it had the rings on it. It was beautiful.
Okay.
And Toyota also took us for a little cruise down the river on a hydrogen powered boat. We'll get back to hydrogen soon. So we got to see the Eiffel Tower from a few nice little angles, man. So
that's it.
It was beautiful, man. And then we went to Toyota House and found out all about like what, you know, they're very heavily involved in the Olympics. They're a proper official sponsor. Do you know what I mean? So it was just nice being in Paris and seeing that. And then obviously
it's interesting that they had or maybe not. I was going to say it's interesting they had a Japanese car manufacturer.
Oh yeah,
instead of a French one. I don't know.
Yeah, they got Toyota House. They've got actual like main office, Toyota House in Paris. You can see the Eiffel Tower from it, and inside it, they've got all the Olympic athletes that they sponsor, like on the wall. And when they come in, they sign their pictures, and they've got like prosthetic legs that they've helped design. They've got wheelchairs they've helped design. They've got skiing stuff they've helped to design for some of their Paralympians, and tech that they've got there for their athletes.
I don't know why. I just like in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, would it be like Citroen or Peugeot?
You'd think,
yeah,
but with Toyota, and by the way, guys, not getting paid for this. This is me just talking to things like. How they're set up is they're an international car company. So they're not about we're big here, we're big there. Bruv, like in South Africa or whatever.
Everywhere.
Yeah, man. Like they use Toyotas for like driving around. Like they're using hot countries, you know, like the Hilux, I think is like a very popular 4x4 car.
Bruv, those things go till they don't like, and they are used in like all kinds of off-roading. They just
there we go. Yeah, so that's what they're about.
Bulletproof.
And they actually have a lot of hydrogen taxis in Paris. I think it's called the Mirage. I always get it wrong. The
hydrogen
Mirage
taxis.
Yeah, so hydrogen vehicles.
Because I was still under the impression that
the Mirai. Sorry. Yeah,
I was under the impression, and please correct me if I'm. I think maybe my information is dated. Hydrogen, literally, when you use it, the only thing that you get from it is water.
Exactly.
But the process of getting hydrogen into a state in where you can use it has historically been worse for the environment than petrol or electric.
And that is the big focus now, is making clean hydrogen. And that is...
And the focus is on the process.
Yeah, that's the focus. So if you can make it... So like, we spoke a lot about this, and there is people moving towards natural gas reforming, which is the thermal process, and solar driven and biological processes. So using solar panels to create hydrogen in a way that I am not smart enough to even get into, right? They're working on... I want you to
explain it to me now.
Yeah, explain it in great detail so I understand. Explain it so a scientist understands. So they're doing all that kind of stuff. And I think the key is, and it's nice because we were a small group, we got to speak to some of the higher ups in the PR group and stuff like that. And they were like, they could tell us what the direct message was. Like for them, the focus is make the energy clean, then work on how efficient it is. Because if the energy is clean as hell, it doesn't matter if you have an inefficient vehicle in terms of it uses a lot, because you're not harming the environment. And we know with electricity,
it will be like clean. An increase of range, etc.
Exactly. But with electricity, we know it's clean at use point, but we know that I could burn a tire to make electricity. You know, you could burn a fire to make electricity. You don't always know where your electricity comes from. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's all you're doing is we're kind of like pushing it down the road, really. You know, like how countries are notoriously ship their rubbish off to another country and said, oh, we're carbon neutral because another country's eating it. And a good point is, I spoke to Kay Kurd, who's on a sister pod, Ain't Got a Clue. Like he said, there's no point in one country being carbon neutral and no one else is. Because the planet isn't carbon neutral. And it's like, it's a massive punch bowl. If someone shits in it, we're all going to get the taste, bro. There's a turd in the punch bowl, yeah. So yeah, like they took us to a day in a hydrogen powered coach. I went there, and they've got this whole carbon neutrality development plan, which has got 6 parts. So it's like, you know, electric vehicles, EV, then it's got like battery electric vehicles, then it's got plug-in hybrids, and it's got hybrid electric vehicles, then it's got ICE, which is internal combustion, which obviously they're going to combine with other stuff, H2, which is a hydrogen, and then fuel cell electric vehicles where the hydrogen powers fuel cells, and it goes from there. And we got to drive a bunch of cars, bro. So we got to drive like a hydrogen Hilux, got to drive a few of their ranges that were like electric. So they're Lexus is Toyota, Toyota is Lexus. So they don't hide that. They're cool. So there's like an RZ that I drove, which is quite nice.
Yeah, nice.
And then they showed us a Le Mans car, which and then Sean, they had a Supra, bruv.
Which one?
I'm going to show it to Sean now so he can see which one it is. The real rude boy. The real rude boy. You can swipe a little of it. Yeah.
This is the GR, innit?
Yeah, the GR Supra. And do you know what was in front of that, Sean? The brand new GR Yaris.
Oh, is it? Oh, do you know what, man? I was looking at getting
Sean,
one of those,
we
man.
got to drive it. We could drive it with an instructor, which I went for straight away because they know how to drive. Yeah. So I thought, because I'm not the car journo, I thought I was going to be like a dickhead. I was like, no, I want an instructor because he like tells you take this line here, cut in. Really, you should be in second here, third. Because bruv, these cars, the size of the track, third gear was the highest you're going, bruv. Yeah. And I'm like, I get a chance to anyway. So I did it. Then I got a chance to drive without. So and you get, because of insurance and stuff, you can take your helmet off and everything and drive it. You get to rip a Supra. And I got to tell you, the GR Supra sounds amazing. The GR Yaris sounds like it's hoovering up the track though, and just feels like it's stuck to the track, bro. Stuck to the
GR Supra is it 4-wheel?
I don't know. I should find out, innit? I don't know. No, I think it's rear wheel. I think it's rear wheel.
The old school version is rear wheel.
Yeah, I think it's rear wheel, and then GR Yaris is 4-wheel drive, obviously. And bro, do you know what's mad about it? Yeah, is it's a car you can just buy.
What's that?
You can just buy it. Like it's a road car that you can buy with a GR Yaris. And I'm like, nothing that you should buy for that price should move like that around the track.
That's why it's only a 3-cylinder, isn't it? It's a 3-cylinder that pushes out.
Yeah, madness.
260 plus?
Madness, bro.
I looked in, bruv, after, and we can go back, like you tested one and we're going back now. This was during COVID.
Yeah, it
you
was.
You tested one and I couldn't reach. And yeah, I'm still regretting it. Because I ain't got to drive one yet, and like I was kind of like, oh, I was gonna get rid of my car, you know. Like,
big man, honestly,
it was just in case anyone doesn't know, they're a homologation vehicle.
Yeah.
So it means that if you want to enter a car into the World Rally Championships, you have to sell a certain amount of the base production vehicle. So what they end up doing is every 20 odd years or so, they bring out a car which is packed full of things that they want to use in the rally, and then they're like, yep, road car, we've sold X amount of these, and then they use all the technology plus obviously more.
Yeah. And this is a bit more car talk, sorry if it's boring for you, but the first GR Yaris, because of, I think it's COVID and made it longer to get out, racing specs changed, so it made it even rarer because that version never actually was the one. It changed slightly.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And the maddest thing of all was like, I think it was 30 or 40 grand, which for a sports car, let me tell you, is very good money. On the back of it, you know what you see? That 5-year warranty sticker that Toyota gives you at 100,000 miles. Come on. And you can boost that to 10 if you pay a little bit more. Come on, man. I love the fact that they're like, here's a sports car that you're going to rags, clearly, but we got you for 100,000 miles. And I think they sold it at a loss. You can't sell a car like, think of the development costs.
This is literally this is what I was saying. Like every now and again, they'll bring out a homologation vehicle and you're not going to.
Yeah.
You know what it is? This is like, for me, enough power, 4-wheel drive, like fairly short wheelbase, and full manual.
Yeah,
bruv. Like there's not that many hot hatches that are 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
and they tend to, you start to get to like larger vehicles. It's quite rare. I think it's, I mean,
you can get the new one in the auto if you want as well, which I drove, but you don't have to. Sean's like loud at. I will say though, Sean, they also had a hydrogen version of it that they drove around the track as well. And after I had a go on it, they brought out Takamoto Katsuta, who is like a fucking G. He knows how to do, I forget the name of it. What's it called when they spin around on the track loads?
Like skid pan drifting.
He's a drifter, but what's it they call it? Gymkhana. He can do the Gymkhana stuff, yeah? They were like, yeah, you can go around the track with him a hot lap.
Sick. What, in the Supra?
In the GR Yaris, and then I went with Mike Conway in a Supra, who's a winner of Le Mans. So let me just tell you this now, yeah? We can't drive like these people drive. Casually, yeah? The noises that these cars make, and the speeds that they're going at, and the closeness they go to, like, they had these little marker cones out that were for us, was ridiculous. And you know what's wild about both of these people, yeah? They were trying to have, when I say trying, they weren't trying, they were having normal conversations with me whilst doing 100 miles plus round a fucking corner that I was gassed about doing 40 around.
Bro, can you, I don't know if you remember, I think it was a little while ago, we were talking about Formula One drivers. you can have two Formula One drivers who will go around the track same speed, and one of them will be using 80%, 90% of their brain power to do that, and the other one will be using 20 or 30%. And that's why the top Formula One drivers can think about so many other things whilst they're driving. Like, you think about this, right? And a lot of people don't know this. Like, almost every corner, you will change things like brake bias, brake balance, etc. on your steering wheel. Every single lap, you're like, that corner, I need this brake bias. And so you're constantly doing that. Oh, some of these guys are thinking about their weekly shop.
Yeah, man. It's like when we first learned to drive, we were just thinking about driving. Now, can answer the phone legally, CarPlay, answer the phone, you can have you can think, bro, I've gone for a drive for a think. I'm doing a big drive tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to thinking, maybe listening to a nice audio book, chilling, or whatever like that.
I look forward to thinking.
It's been a while since I've
Marcus Bronzy.
Yeah. I say such profound things, but yeah, like I think it was Takamoto that was going around the track, and it was wild. I was got to say both of them were wild, yeah. But Mike was just saying, I was like, oh, whatever, talking, blah blah blah, like, yeah, congratulations, this is sick, and a lot of woo, you get me, Takamoto was doing a lot more drifting. So we're drifting for like 20 seconds around the track.
He's drifting in the Yaris.
GR Yaris, yeah.
So he's 4-wheel drive drifting.
Yeah,
okay.
bro. I don't. He had a special spec. He had a special for his one. It was tricked out. It was the one he could do Gymkhana.
I was about to say, I was wondering if it had drift mode in it, because a lot of cars have drift mode in it now, which is like
this one.
Funny.
It was bucket seats. They had to strap me in, like, and I'm a big lad, and I had to listen. Yeah, if anyone puts you in a bucket seat, make sure you find somewhere to plant your feet, soft knees, and get ready to firm, because these guys break. If you don't, your nuts are getting split in two. Yeah. So I made sure that I did that at firms. He was drifting for no joke. He goes, shall we do a big one? Because I'm enjoying it. Yeah. He's drifting for like 15 seconds of drifting, Sean. I'm not gassing, yeah? He turns to me as we are drifting and goes, it's crazy, you can buy something like this in the shop, innit? And I'm like, yeah! I'm like, what the fuck, man? And he's like, oh, this is a good one, right? Yeah. And I'm like, bro, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. And then obviously that was fun. And then we obviously learned more about like what hydrogen is and stuff. And it's interesting. We've gone so in this direction of
is it, can I ask you something? Is it the future?
It could be. So this is it. This is what I'm about to say, Sean. So it's interesting that we've gone so far down this EV route. And I said this to the guys that what the win is going to be infrastructure. Because the reason I won't get a hydrogen car now is I can't. Where do I fill it? I think there's like 3 to 10 maybe in the UK.
Not the same reason why I wouldn't buy a hydrogen car, but yeah, I get you though.
I mean, they perform okay at the moment. I mean, they're not whippy like petrol at the moment, but they perform fine. I didn't feel like I got in anything and was sluggy. But like, you know, if the infrastructure's there, and I know that it's made clean, and I know that it just drops water there, it takes 3 minutes to refill, that's considerably, and that can only get quicker. That's considerably quicker than an EV car. And if they can make it reasonably priced, then I'm up for it. I think it would be really nice. And I think for them, the key is if they want to make it the future, we need government investment into infrastructure, and we need it to be a viable option. And maybe it's best not to hedge our bets on one thing. So I don't think we should just stick to pure petrol, diesel, electric, or hydrogen. I think we should go for all of them, because if you spread your bets, in this case, we could come up with a nice winner. Something will stick, and maybe the competition will help.
Or maybe a combination of. It might not be a combination. It might not be a VHS Betamax situation. It might be that they can cohabit.
Yeah, you never know.
You know, currently you have a multitude of different electric vehicles, plugins, etc.
And what if we had a crossover that was both? Like it was
an electric hydrogen vehicle.
Yeah, so you could charge it if you wanted when the hydrogen wasn't enough to give the fuel charge, because the hydrogen charges the battery. Get me? So it could be a thing.
You thinking, bro? This is.
You know what? I might have another think this week. You know.
Oh, you should go
last time I thought I made a podcast. Look at us now, bruv. Dangerous things can happen. So yeah, it was really nice to have a conversation with them about it, and to like it was cool driving the cars. Don't get it twisted, but it was interesting to see what they could do. They had stuff like hydrogen powered ice creams, a hydrogen ice cream electric bike, so it had a massive hydrogen thing on it which chilled the ice creams, and there was a bicycle that was electric. They had a hydrogen pizza oven as well. So they're using hydrogen for heat as well.
So there's a ton of different uses.
Yeah, I drove everything there. They even had forklift trucks and show it, and they were like, I was ready to drive. They had like passenger transport stuff. Yeah, but I don't have a license in it. But so for legally, I can say they never let me. But I drove everything else, bro. I drove all the cars. I think there was even like a passenger transport vehicle that was like fully electric or had hydrogen on it. I was whipping that around at 20 kilometers an hour. They were laughing at me. And then also I was using some of the other vehicles. They had some like off-road desert trucks, and they had like some top level drivers that were like, you know, at one point I was 20 foot in the air in one of their cars as well, and he took his hands off the steering wheel and looked at me. It was crazy, bro. Honestly, it was wild. Like, and what was interesting, it was a smaller group as well. So, you know, it was
intimate.
Trez intimate, yeah, man. It was Seth Quintero, who is an absolute rude boy driver. He drives across deserts and stuff like that. He does like see a lot of Red Bull. That backer, yeah. But he's 21, bro. Most of them guys are like 40 doing it. So he's just broke through 21 and started kicking ass. So, but
to be honest with you, a lot of the drivers and racers now, bro, you should see the MotoGP, like the I think it's Moto 2 and 3, bro. They're like 14. Mad. It's nuts. It's actually nuts.
Mad. Yeah.
No
it's crazy.
Fear. Absolutely zero fear.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you know, and they're absolutely kicking butt. But yeah,
all in all, it was like a real good experience. Yeah,
it was alright. It's okay, sure. You know what I mean? I might try it again. You know what I mean? We'll see, innit, bro. We'll see. No, I really genuinely enjoyed it, and it will be interesting. Sorry, I just messed with the cameras there. It'll be very interesting to see where they go with it. And I'm here for hydrogen. And one thing I thought, and I came in, I was like, isn't hydrogen really flammable? One, we already drive around with extremely flammable liquids in our cars.
What?
That, if you think about it, there's a small explosion when you start your car, and that's how you drive it around. And I think hydrogen, if you pierce a can and it was to ignite, don't quote me hard on this, but like, I think at the rate it comes out of, you might get a little burst of flame, but then it'll put itself out because it comes out too quickly. Kind of like if you were to blow a bit on a fire, the embers would go up a bit. But if I was to go on a fire really hard, small fire really hard, it might just put it out. Gotcha. Do you get what I'm saying? So right. like the amount coming out is too much.
We'll have to scientifically fact check.
We will, and I'm not a scientist. Don't go around splitting hydrogen because people think cans and gas, they think aerosol can, innit? Spraying a can of Lynx and setting fire to it.
I think that if anything precedes the word bomb, then, you know, whether that be petrol, hydrogen, whatever it be, I can understand.
Jaeger, even as well. It's dangerous things, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Power, we know that's one of the hardest moves in wrestling, bro. You get me?
What's worse, power bomb or hydrogen bomb? It's a tough one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. But water as well, bruv. Come on, you know, a water bomb to the eye.
What?
Sorry. Anyway, Sean, we've carried on. I want to talk about how you've killed some time. Can we save it for another time? Is that okay, bro?
Yeah, just because we're so tight for time.
Is it? All right, we'll pass it then. And we've got, coming up later on in the week, we've got our wonderful episode where you send us jokes and we read them out. You send jokes to howtokillanhour.com. Make sure you follow us on social medias at howtokillanhour everywhere on Facebook and Instagram. Send us a DM with jokes. It's lovely too. I'm at Marcus Bronzy on social media. Where can we find you, Sean?
Nowhere at all.
Nowhere at all. He's living in the real world. We should be jealous of him. We aspire to be like. That's why his jokes are so damn good, because he don't care. He doesn't care. But we care about you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the new listeners as well who've joined us.
Indeed.
We'll be in your ear hole soon with some wonderful stuff.
Peace.